darkness and glimpsed a shred of the truth. There, I saw a world cursed by human malice. Only one who died the most agonizing of deaths could leave behind such a vengeful spirit. We must interrogate the population, find the doer of this diabolical deed. The one who created this sinister specter is the true killer.
Sorry, I'm not quite following you. What curse and what killer?
Don't take every word she says too literally.
What's going on here? Why are the Traveler and Paimon frantically winking at me? Oh, I understand.
Thou dost? Marvelous! The astral emissary understands at last.
Mutual understanding is the crucial first step towards effective teamwork. Welcome to the team, Mona.
You are hereby appointed as an honored servant of the Prinzessin. Unleash thy power in service of our solemn duty to dispel this darkness once and for all.
Honored? You should feel honored to have found me. Without me, you'd be doing 10 times the work for half the results.
Paimon likes you, Mona. You seem like the real deal.
The darkness consumes every corner of the land. And in the fading twilight, only the Prinzessin and her retinue still stand.
Ms. Mona, your means are most crucial to our ends.
Huh? Are you all together, then?
I am Fischl von Luftschloss-Nofedot, Prinzessin der Verirrtelang, and I hereby extend to you the great honor of joining my retinue.
Prinzessin der Verirrtelang. I'm sorry, which nation are you a princess of?
I hail from a distant and long-lost land known as the Imanachai.
The in my what, Reich?
Alas, precious few mere mortals know of the Imanachai.
Mere mortal? Do you have any idea who you're talking to? I am a highly accomplished astrologist, thank you very much. Just give me 1 second with my scryglass. Then we'll see where exactly this homeland of yours features in your personal history.
Ms. Mona, I humbly beseech you to refrain from probing the question of Main Fräulein's homeland. Revisiting the tragic tale of that world's demise always causes her much anguish. Surely a wise mage such as yourself can sympathize with a princess's grief for her lost kingdom.
Catherine, the hour of destiny is upon you. I have invoked the sacred covenant between us, and now you must respond to the call.
Let me see. Are you saying you require an assistant?
Whoa! She got it in 1! Catherine must be super smart!
The seeds of nefarious nightmares appear to have taken firm root. Though my magic arrow of midnight purges them in an instant, they return with a vengeance. It would make a mockery of the majesty of the Prinzessin der Verirrtelang.
Indeed, Main Fräulein. Despite our best efforts to dispose of the meteorites, they continue to fall relentlessly in each corner of your vast domain. In which case, I fear...
The strikes are happening faster than we can get rid of them.
I, Fischl von Luftschloss-Nofedot, have traversed 1,000 worlds. And yet never before have I faced such a formidable foe. This menace is neither monster nor magic. It is a curse, I say. A curse has been placed upon the mortal realm. A curse. Such a foul curse could only arise as a consequence of the continuous cries of unanswered longing, lost amidst the unpredictability and impermanence of fate.
How very tragic. Is this the inevitable fate of mankind? It grieves me greatly, no matter how many times I hear of it.
Paimon didn't quite get the part about the thing being lost inside the other thing, but basically, these meteorites are a curse?
Were they not a curse upon humanity, why then should they send humans into slumber? To be lost twixt life and death in an unending dream. 'Tis the most dreadful fate imaginable for any living being. We must underestimate the magnitude of this matter no more. I fear this sinister force can withstand even the sum of all of our powers combined. Traveler, fetch me the one fated to face this fearsome foe.
And who might that be?
Mein Fräulein is of the opinion that one with the requisite expertise should be summoned to deal with this matter.
This cruel curse of cold spreads without mercy. Oh, heaven on high, tell us how we have angered you so.
Hey, keep your voice down. There are a lot of people here. It's another sleeping victim.
His soul is in anguish, ensnared by 1,000 thorns. His suffering is pitiable. May he soon know peace at last.
Peace at last? Surely you don't mean...
Mein Fräulein simply wishes him a speedy recovery. Beyond this, there is no hidden meaning to her words.
Come on, Fritz.
Another sleeper.
Most unfortunate. Crucified to a cruel cross of calamity by barbaric blades born of some baleful blasphemy. There is but one means of awakening those who slumber, and that is to rain down thundering retribution.
Precisely, Mein Fräulein. If we dispose of the meteorites, the sleepers will be sure to wake.
I am Fischl, Prinzessin de Verurteilung, responding to the cry of my people in their hour of need.
I am Mein Fräulein's humble familiar, Oz the Raven.
And Paimon is an honorary knight of the Knights of Favonius's best friend.
Behold my people, your beloved sovereign in the flesh. Do not despair, for judgment by thundering retribution is nigh, and it shall surely purge the seeds of nefarious nightmares that now sow chaos across the land.
Excuse me?
Don't mind her, just, let her do her thing.
One has witnessed with one's own Ogg de Verurteilung the nightmarish slumber that proceeds forth from the Valley of Demonbone. It has caused great suffering for the humble peasants in the Vale of Springdom, many of whom still battle this wretched affliction even as we speak.
As Mein Fräulein most eloquently describes, we have just come from Mondstadt, where many people have also fallen into an unwaking sleep. Their symptoms are identical to those of this poor gentleman here.
You are Adeland? Splendid. I am delighted to grant you the honor of joining me for afternoon tea.
Dearest Adeland, on behalf of Her Majesty Miss Fischl, the Prinzessin de Verurteilung, and I, Mein Fräulein's humble servant, thank you for inviting us.
Would you cut to the chase already? Your titles are so wordy it takes way too long to introduce yourselves.
My goodness, an adventurer of such distinguished status.
My pale-faced proselyte, how dare you interrupt a diplomat of the royal court in the middle of his speech? You may now kneel before your Prinzessin and make effusive display of your thanks for the favor that I have generously shown to thee and thy winery ken. Take heart, my dear servants, for the glory of my majesty will flash eternal in the Vale of Springdom.
Oz, hold off on the translation. Paimon wants to have a try this time. So what she's trying to say is, you're welcome?
I applaud your powers of comprehension, my dear Paimon. You decipher mein Fräulein's royal utterances with remarkable ease.
Thou wert surely cursed, I say. Oh, wretched scourge upon this land.
Maybe? What kind of things does your vision react to exactly?
The profoundest of enigmas. The whispered secrets of the stars. Unholy hexes of demon bones and...
What? Why do you have to talk so funny all the time? Paimon doesn't understand.
Our apologies. Mein Fräulein is not well versed in the parlance of the common folk.
Oh, so that's what you're for. To translate?
I fear you misunderstand. I am no translator, but a humble conveyor of mein Fräulein's royal will. I would venture that what her vision is reacting to in this vicinity is, quite simply, elemental energy.
Thank you, Oz. Those whose minds are muddled by the mundane matters of this woeful world are unable to fathom my noble intent as swiftly as thou art.
Question is, are these shards of meteorite, which are infused with elemental energy, the true source of the calamity, or not?
Verily, I say, these meteorites are surely the source of the nefarious nightmares that assail my subjects. This I swear on my very sovereignty.
Yeah, let's do that.
His dark dream harbors a forbidden fruit, poised between the jaws of a ferocious beast. Woe betide the weak should they peer into its eyes, as black as a moonless midnight, for they shall surely be lured into the abyss.
Do you mean there's something luring him in his dream?
Though we have no evidence to prove it, mein Fräulein's intuition has never failed her before.
Greetings. I am Sister Edna. I am here to nurse this.
State your name at once, you heinous heathen of nefarious nightmares!
My apologies. Mein Fräulein was not addressing you. This man lying on the ground, has he spoken at all?
This has the trappings of a cruel, cold curse by a mountain-dwelling demon. Alas, one fears these demons have descended from their icy peaks and now covet the domain of the Spring Fairy. This is a most grave state of affairs. But fear not, for damnation is mine to dispense.
Do not, under any circumstances, touch the meteorites with your bare hands.
What ridiculous remonstration is this? Is one not under the divine protection of one's Edelstein der Dunkelheit, and thus impervious to the trifling threat posed by this petty piece of black crystal?
On the contrary, mein Fräulein, wise is the princess who is receptive to the sound advice offered by her subjects.
Is that so? Very well then, one shall proceed as advised.
That goes for you too. Wise is the adventurer who is receptive to the sound advice offered by smart people. Paimon never gets to talk like that. Oh, Paimon could get used to it though.
You dare to parrot the parlance of the Prinzessin? What could one hope to comprehend of the lamenting of 1,000 dying worlds with the sagacity of a mere mortal? Perhaps it is better that you remain in blissful ignorance, for the burden of fate borne by the Prinzessin de Verurteilung would surely be too much for thy shoulders. Dear mortals, in this dark hour, your Prinzessin permits you to forego the usual etiquette and simply relay your account of the matter at hand forthrightly.
Excuse me. Who are you?
Ring the bells, sound the trumpets, for the day of judgment is upon us. Rejoice, all ye who cry out for salvation, for the Prinzessin de Verurteilung has come.
This princess lady seems really enthusiastic.
Traveler, allow me to introduce Miss Fischl, a senior member of the Adventurers Guild. Fischl, Oz, this is the traveler of whom I have spoken to you previously.
Oh, you are the traveler? One finds the look in your eyes to be most agreeable.
Honorary Knight of the Knights of Favonius and travel companion Paimon, we are honored to meet you both. We have heard much about you.
Traveler, do you also mean to confront these cryptic crystals of darkness and doom?
Christic cryptos of doomness and... what?
Very well then. You have always been a pious vassal, Catherine, and thus I shall acquiesce to your heartfelt plea for mine assistance. Rejoice, for to join the Prinzessin de Verurteilung on her majestic mission for but a fleeting moment is surely cause for an eternity of elation.
This young lady is my master, Princess Fischl. She hails from a world beyond known as Ima Nachtreich. I am Main Fräulein's humble familiar, Oz the Raven.
Wow, that all sounds very impressive. My name's Paimon, and she's a traveler. We look forward to working with you.
In time, you will understand. The more time you spend with Miss Fischl, the clearer
Blind to the glory of the Immernachtreich, realm of everlasting night, though one can hardly expect more from a lowly traveler. Hence, it is not blasphemy but ignorance that be the cause of this transgression. One will therefore show clemency.
Clemency?
Main Fräulein means to say hello.